The song Mountain on the album Where the Noise Fades is probably one of my favorite on this project. For me personally, the mountains have always been a place to escape and really get away from the chaos of the world and really commune with God. And it's always been a special place for me. In fact, the weekend before I left for basic training, I went on a hike up in the mountains and just communed with God. You know, I was in a place as a teenager, I was scared about where I was about to go. And really in that place of comfort, and talking one-on-one with my Creator, I was able to find comfort and peace in the next season in my life. And so the mountains have always played an important part in the events of my life and my relationship with God. The song really is about finding your own mountain. Whether it's in your bedroom, in your car, in your drive to work, it's just about escaping the world and having it just be between you and God. And it's really a sacred place. I'm so blessed here in Utah to be surrounded by so many of these amazing mountains, but you don't need to have an 8,000 foot peak in your backyard to have communion with God. It's just about finding that quiet place and just listening. So as we began writing the song, I called up my friend Chad Cheney, who's a worship pastor out in Texas, and we just started writing back and forth. In fact, we used FaceTime to write the song, and it actually took over 8 months. So this was not one of those quick songs that just came out. Chad and I worked this song over for 8 months, really just trying to capture the spirit of what we're trying to convey, and in essence capture that peace and that tranquility that you find when you're having one-on-one communion with God. And so we started writing the song. 8 months go by. In fact, we wrote, I believe it was 7 different bridges for this song, and we decided to use none of them. So this song really went through the refinement process between Chad and I, and finally we have the version that we felt was ready for this album. But the thing with me is, I'm a pianist, and I really wanted some guitar for the song. So Chad and I, we reached out to Jack Parker, who was playing guitar for the David Crowder Band, Chris Tomlin Band, and also now plays for the Digital Age. And we just said, hey Jack, you think you could do a little magic here on this song? And he jumped right on it. He loved the song, and within a few days he sent us back the tracks, and it just blew our mind with what Jack did, especially during the bridge. It really takes it to that special place that again symbolizes the communion that we have, that one-on-one with God, where all the noise from the world just fades away. It's not important. It's what God is speaking to us in our heart. You see, God is faithful. He is so faithful to His promises, and especially the one that He will never leave us alone. He will never leave us. When we call to Him, He will always be there to answer. And it just blows my mind about how great and how grand this God is. I like the term the otherness of our God, because it doesn't put God into human context. It makes God so big and so massive. I mean, this is the God who with His very breath breathed each star in our universe into existence. Just that in itself is so massive and so grand about the greatness of who we call God, Father, Jesus. This is the person who created the universe. I mean, Hubble just put out an image of hundreds of thousands of galaxies 400 billion light years away. Now, to put that in perspective, we are seeing the light from those stars 400 billion years ago. That's huge. That is huge. And yet that same God who breathed those stars into existence so far, far away, and yet He is there and knows me so intimately that when I call, like my Father, as my Father, He will come answer me. And He will answer those prayers. And He will bring healing. And He will give the spirit of prophecy and all these spiritual gifts. And He knows us so intimately, yet He's so grand. It blows my mind. And so Mountain is all about going to that secret place and communing with this amazing, massive, gigantic God that loves us so much. And that's really what it's all about.